This is exercise 11.4, modeling a ditch between two corridors. In this exercise, we will target a ditch and merge the end conditions of two corridors. We will continue to utilize the same Road2 RG ramp corridor DGN file we were previously in. So in the 2D view, select the shoulder control feature definition under linear, roadway, model control 2D plan, and shoulder. And let's make sure that the create 3D automatically is still toggled on. Next, open the single offset partial tool under open nose modeling, geometry, horizontal, offsets, and taper, and select the GSHL for the ramp. Let's key in an offset of 0 feet and toggle on remove offset rule. Select the start of the line right after the end of the gore aggregate surface and end of the line at the end of the template, but do not snap to any lines on the gore aggregate, or this will make a recursive constraint later on. So again, we're starting it around here, but let's be sure to not snap anywhere. But we are going to lock to end of the template. Now let's select the special ditch CL control feature definition under linear, roadway, model control 2D plan, and then special ditch. Let's go ahead and open up that single offset partial tool once again. Mine's already open. And select that shoulder control line that we just placed. To make it a little bit easier to select that line, I'm going to turn off the shoulder line in the ramp corridor. This time I am going to key in an offset of negative 25.24 feet. I'm going to toggle off this remove offset rule. And here I'm going to start it here at the beginning of this larger cut section here. And then again, a lock to end of the corridor. Then left click through the prompts. And see that we placed this line right here. And you see that in the 3D as well. Now open the variable offset taper tool under open nose modeling, geometry, horizontal, and offsets and tapers. Once again, select that shoulder control line we placed a couple steps earlier. We're going to set the start of this line near the ditch line of the gore aggregate. Remember, do not snap to the ditch line. Snap close to that ditch line there, and then put your end at the ditch line that we just drew. So all the way up here. And you can snap to this ditch line. And then for both ditch lines that were placed, change the offset slope to a negative 16.67 in the properties of the horizontal line and then complex the ditch lines together. So I'm going to do this variable taper. Set the slope here to negative 16.67. And then the other line here. Change the slope to negative 16.67%. And then we're going to complex those two lines together. So complex geometry, complex by element. And now let's open the profile for this new complex element. Now we're going to complex these two lines together. So the vertical tool, complex geometry. And then we're going to set this profile to be active. Now that we set the profile, the special edition in 3D view should be more accurate. So now let's open up the RDWYII corridor file. Now we're going to add the corridor reference. So go ahead and open up the Add Corridor Reference tool under Open Nose Modeling, Corridor, Miscellaneous, and Corridor Reference. And here we want to select the I-65 corridor. And then we're going to select the Special Ditch line as our first reference. And then right-click to reset. Now open the Create End Condition Exception tool under Open Nose Modeling, Corridor, Edit, and Edits. And then select the Mainline Corridor, or I-65. And here we're going to have the name be Mainline End Condition, the Apply to be Right Override, the Start Station as 416.93.94, and the End Station be 421.13.11. And then left click through the prompts. And then be sure at that end condition it saves it correctly. So it didn't save correctly, so I'm going to change this back to being 421.13.11. Then left click one last time. And then it should open up a right override window. So now let's double click that EC fill slope 6:1 right. You should see the component properties. So here we want to change the end condition property target type to feature definition both, and change the feature definition to special ditch center line control under linear, roadway, model control, 2D, special ditch center line, and then press apply and close. Now let's double click on the EC fill tie 61R point. And then within this point properties, let's just check this end condition is infinite box. And then apply and close. And then let's click OK on this window. And now we have our right end condition should now follow the ditch line. So now we're good in the 65 corridor file, so let's open back up the Road2 RG ramp corridor file. Now there's going to be pretty similar steps as during the I-65 corridor. We're going to add a corridor reference. So let's open up the Add Corridor Reference tool. We're going to select the ramp corridor this time, and then we're going to select the special ditch signal line. And then right click to accept. Now let's open the Edit Template Drop tool under Open Nose Modeling Corridor, then Edit. And select the Concrete Template Drop. Then here select the Back Slope 2:1 L component. And here we want to change the end condition property target type to linear both. And then click Apply and Close. Then we want to repeat that step to change the target type to linear both for all the remaining cut components on the left side of the template. So this 3:1, double click, target type, linear both, apply and close. And the same with the 4:1 here. Open up its component properties, change target type to linear both. Next, select the EC Fill 6:1 L component. And same as last, change the end condition properties target type to linear both. And apply and close. And we also want to do that for all of the remaining field components on the left side. So for 4:1, target type, linear both, apply, close. Same with the 3:1, linear both. And lastly with the 2:1, linear both. Apply and close, and then click OK on this window. And we should see the slopes over here disappear. Now let's open up the Define Target Aliasing tool under Open Nose Modeling Corridor Miscellaneous and select the Ramp corridor. Then here we want to change the Target drop-down option to Target Both and select the SPCL Control 2 line and select Add. And note that if nothing shows up, toggle on the Show All Linear selection down here in the bottom left corner, then you should be able to find the ditch line. Click Apply and Close. Now you should see the ditch over here now follows the line that we drew. So that concludes exercise 11.4, modeling a ditch between two corridors.